Now you are welcome. Oh, yeah. You are welcome. Oh, yeah. You are welcome to
Festac. You are welcome to Nigeria.
I'm from Tungo Graduate and we've been making maths, African maths today. First morning we did sculpture making, we used clay and modern materials.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are.
We learned a lot about where masks come from, like the masquerade, and like how interested people can be in the masks.
If your mask broken in, it learns that it was made because an emperor's mother was so good at thinking that it wanted someone to make a mask of her.
Yes, the children made African masks out of the day, and it was really good watching the creative and really watching the creative Joseph and the rest of the staff.
And one thing Joseph mentioned was the behaviour of the children, and that you managed to get so much done in such a short space of time. We've learned so much, and I love your t-shirts, and I want you to give a huge round of applause to the Arts Foundation. You might watch the lottery. Your parents might buy a lottery ticket, and some of that money is kept aside and given to charities and foundations so that they can do the wonderful things with children in the community.
Wọ́n sáré polówó ìlú wa. Ó wá di ifá. Àbá kí ni ifá wí? 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 Ẹ wá wàrà ńlá kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ tó bá jáde. Ẹ wá wàrà ńlá kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ bá bá jáde. Ọba o, ọba o, àmì lọ wí fọba, ọ̀tẹ̀ ìlú máa wí pànìyàn. Ìlú dá méjì, tọ́ba làwa ó ṣe. Ìlú dá méjì, tọ́ba làwa ó ṣe. Ìjẹkújẹ má gbàlagbà dọ̀bálẹ̀ fọmọ kékeré. Ọba o, ọba o, àmì lọ wí fọba, ọ̀tẹ̀ ìlú máa wí pànìyàn. Ìlú dá méjì, tọ́ba làwa ó ṣe. Ìlú dá méjì, tọ́ba làwa ó ṣe. Ìjẹkújẹ má gbàlagbà dọ̀bálẹ̀ fọmọ kékeré. Ọba o, ọba o, àmì lọ wí fọba, ọ̀tẹ̀ ìlú máa wí pànìyàn. Ọmọ wọnú rọlá òye ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì o, kò bá wa tọ́jú ọmọ èjìgbò.
I am especially honored to welcome you all to this event. The Lord Mayor of the City of Manchester, Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, women, men, a very welcome to Festac 77 in Retrospect.
And during this project, we were able to work with different community groups to develop and broaden their skills of African stories, culture, and arts, which for many years to come will ever remain in their memory. As you all know, Festac 77, although it's about 40 years ago, that we brought the world together to showcase their rich, diverse cultural heritage. And today, the Heritage Lottery Fund has made it possible for us to be able to bring this project to our young children and also to the elders. Many of our participants have gained numerous skills in filmmaking, photography, oral history, radio interviewing and presenting, workshop facilitation, and clay mask making workshop as well, as you can see from what we've displayed here. And we believe the film documentary we also produce and other educational resource from this project will go a long way to educate those who are here and those who are not here about the African heritage. And also we're going to deposit all our collections at the Northwest Archive, where you can as well see a lot of our research and documents so far produced from this project, which time will fail us to showcase here for you to see. But from what we've shown to you so far, you can be well assured that we have a lot in stock to share with you. So I want to delight yourself in whatever we're going to entertain you here today. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was extraordinary and magnificent and wonderful and beautiful. And the way that I have to tell a secret to the young children. I bet you didn't know this. I bet you didn't know there was someone inside there. but the skill to be able to obviously beautiful costume and everything, and obviously traditional, full of all sorts of meaning. But the skill of the person inside to be able to move in that way is just absolutely terrific. So very well done. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Africans in Greater Manchester, particularly Creative Hands Foundation Manchester, I do very sincerely thank you for your generous welcome. And may I congratulate you all on this project. I'm delighted to be here. I've been looking around and showing around masks, also the wonderful work that the children have done in the schools, and it's really magnificent and beautiful. So, the reason we are all here today is to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Festac 77, the second World Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture, which was hosted by Nigeria and took place from the 15th of January to the 12th of February 1977, 41 years ago. 1977 is a year which will live in our minds with a global black culture and knowledge production that brought African culture, tradition and artistry to the attention of the world. Festac 77 in Retrospect exhibition, this exhibition and this celebratory event reiterates this landmark event of international reputation to ensure the revival and the promotion of Black and African culture and Black and African cultural values. Present Black and African culture in its highest and most comprehensive conception. It also brings to light the diverse contributions of Black and African peoples to the arts and promotes Black and African artists, performers and writers. But very importantly, to promote better international and interracial, interethnic understanding by including other nations. A notable act that ensured contingents of artists and individuals from all over the world participated. At the festival in 1977, there were about 16,000, that's a huge number, 16,000 participants, representing 56 African nations, and also included there was Britain celebrating the rich cultural diversity of African music, fine art, literature, drama, dance, Durban performance and regatta, and religion. In fact, the Nigerian government entrusted the UK and Ireland Festival Committee under the chair of Earl Cameron, the Earl of Harwood, to organise the British contingent. Whether it was in 1977 or today now, in 2018, Festac 77 and its memory educates and reminds us of international and interracial understanding, respect and tolerance, a subject of great significance for African people and indeed for all people. As we join Africans in Britain to celebrate your culture and spiritual ties, which bind people as a community the world over, a big thank you to Creative Hands Foundation, whose aim is to educate and promote creativity among marginalised communities. Let's just give a round of applause for Creative Hands Foundation. For the past 6 months, Creative Hands Foundation has been sharing knowledge about the significance and traditions of African masks and memories of Festac 77 at schools and community centres across Manchester, using the Royal Ivory Queen Idia mask as the theme. The Royal Ivory Queen Idia mask was specifically chosen as the emblem for the second World Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture. This mask was last worn by Oba Ovana-Ramen, a Benin king who was dethroned in 1897 by the Consul General of the Niger Coast Protectorate, Ralph Moore. Currently, the Queen Idia of Benin mask, which represented the Festac 77, along with other artefacts carted away, unfortunately, during the British expedition of 1897, has been at the British Museum London, the Horniman Public Museum London, and the World Museum in Liverpool. I'm very proud to be standing here in Manchester Museum and to be part of this occasion. The exhibition has certainly helped to break down barriers and refute erroneous ideas regarding Indigenous African arts, crafts and community values. If you look at the skill, the intricacy, the artistic endeavour that went into the creation of these masks, and also to the children who have seen the pictures of the masks and made their own efforts, really lovely work that's been done by the children, some of which is on display here today. So whether it's the traditional work that was done by people who were very skilled, probably with not what we would call usual sort of education that we get today, but they developed skills that were no doubt handed down from generation to generation and produced these wonderful masks. They are just beautiful to look at and a tribute to that particular aspect of African culture. So just finishing off, we know our city of Manchester is built on tolerance. Tolerance that comes from respecting others and acknowledging the different groups in our communities. When I became Lord Mayor of Manchester on the 17th of May last year, I made it clear and announced that my mayoral theme would be community cohesion and mutual respect between Manchester's diverse communities and individuals, because that's been the basis of my political and public work over many, many years, to value all are different people. We're all human beings, we're all people. We may have different faiths, we have different backgrounds, different ethnicities, men and women, we may be young or old, disabled or not. We're all different, and there's nothing wrong with being different, but we also need to respect each other as human beings and to live happily and peacefully amongst each other. And little was I to know that 5 days later, with the terrible Manchester attack, that theme would become so much more relevant. I always say on occasions like this that I am so proud, and you children who are growing up in Manchester should be so proud of living in Manchester, where people are together, people react to a nasty thing that happened at the arena in May by saying, not only will we remember all the people who were affected, not only will we thank everybody who helped, but we will stay together as a city of people of different backgrounds, different races, different cultures, who know that we need to stick and work together and live together peaceably. That's the Manchester that us grown-ups are part of, and that's Manchester, including all our wonderful people of African heritage, and that's the Manchester in which the young children of today are growing up in. So with that note, I'll finish off by saying I'm really pleased to be here today. This is a wonderful exhibition, it's a lovely atmosphere, lovely dancing, and let's have more of it this morning. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, you are welcome to Festac show. And you are welcome, oh yes, you are welcome, oh yes, you are welcome to Festac show. Little children to Festac show. And you are welcome to Festac show. Every children to Festac show. Say you are welcome to Festac show. Everybody say you are welcome. Oh yes, you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome to Festac show. And you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome.
Okay, I hope you are taking the next one. Evening is too late.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Festac show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome now. Say you are welcome to Festac show. Everybody say you are welcome. Oh yes, you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome to Festac show. And you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome to Festac show. Everybody say you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome. Oh yeah, you are welcome to Festac show.
Comes into school, he brings passion, and he brings expertise that really the children pick up on, and that's why you see such a brilliant sort of examples of work here today, not just from St Mary's but the other school that they've worked with as well. And you know, you see the work that they bring, but you don't really see the energy and the enthusiasm that they bring in on the days that they work with us. So they came in over 4 days, we did the masks, we did the t-shirts, and it was year 5 really that we were told we'd be working with the Creative Hands Foundation and the organisation. But really when they come in, they take over the whole school. It's infectious, everyone gets involved. And everyone from the nursery all the way up to year 6 in our school was sort of swept along, and they were all singing, they were all dancing, looking at the work there and just getting involved. And it's sort of testament to the sort of passion really that the people who've been in with Creative Hands and with Joseph bring to these sorts of projects, and what made them so worthwhile. What we teach as a school is we look a lot, it's one of these Ofsted things, we look at British values. I mean, every school I have worked in, we always, you know, as part of Britain, we teach British values naturally, and we don't have to be forced to do that. But one of the things that this has brought is the idea of tolerance. You know, it is one of our British values, and The nice thing, I think, is the uniqueness of the work, and the children can see the uniqueness of themselves within the work, and that shows that every person, no matter what their race or religion, they're all unique in their own way, and that's worth celebrating. Okay, so I really hope you enjoy the rest of the day and the arrangements that they've put on for you, and we certainly have enjoyed it. Okay, so thank you.
I just want to read a little poem to encapsulate some of my experience and how I felt at that time. Thank you all. Landing on African soil in Lagos, Nigeria, Mother Africa, vast continent, cradle of vast civilizations, culturally enriching, spiritually transforming, knowledge unraveling, lighting up like a firefly, weaving its way around multi-countries and nations. With unimaginable diversity, intricate, entwined, tightly woven, countries enfolded in unity, embracing me with a glowing heat, vibrancy, touching all my sinews, nourishing and nurturing, discovering Black philosophy, soaking and basking in the beauty and the wealth of Black African ancestral traditions. Festac lit up every corner of the world. Greatness etched, historical event marked, bold, brave, boundless people of Africans globally. That is how I have thought about Festac in retrospect, and it's still in with me. Thank you very much. And finally, I'd like to give a big thank you to the Lord Mayor of Manchester for coming along and being with us there, all the dignitaries, the children that have given up so much of their time and their energy, their excitement and their enthusiasm in working with us over the past 6 months to do the mask and the t-shirts from St. Mary's Roman Catholic School in Cleversune, Somerville School in Salford, the Oldham College who done the masks, Cheetham Youth Club in Cheetham Hill. Big up yourselves, because sometimes Cheetham Hill doesn't get much credit.
Festac spoke to not only Africans, but to Black people everywhere. And it is the international character of Festac that is memorable, and it has been a valuable legacy. Thank you.
This is so beautiful, so well done, that I think it can be reciprocated in all the big countries, the big cities in Britain. Cities such as Leeds, Birmingham, Liverpool, and so on. This museum should go around for people to know what happens in Nigeria.
Where there's arts, there's culture. And where there's culture, there's people. And where there's music, there's dance and progression. I think this should go not just all around the country, but should be spread around Europe. And you never know, probably the States as well, in Canada. You have to know that this was one of the things that Nigeria did to bring awareness of what Black people have in general and in common right around the world, and it should not be kept in a pocket, not just in the museum, it should go out there, and the more the merrier.
It was great to see the children's work on display, because speaking as a former teacher, they hardly ever get the chance to do any artwork these days, never mind artwork that's based on African traditions, so it's really lovely to see.
I think it's been a really superb, I mean, in just the 2 hours to try and encapsulate there's the scope and enormity of enormous richness of African art and culture. But you know, the feeling was here, and so already just the combination of elements was really well chosen. The masquerade and the music and the selection of sculptures all around the room. So
we feel very honored to see these important people in the society today here. In fact, I'm overwhelmed with joy, and I feel very belittled to be able to see these people here, coming to see what we have to show to the world. Thank you so much for coming. I'm very, very grateful.
The whole idea of the project, celebrating African heritage, is wonderful. Keep it up, please.
Let a second generation full of courage is born. Let a people loving freedom come to grow. Let a beauty full of healing and the strength of final clenching be the pulsing in our spirits and our blood. Festac 77. Festac 77. Festac 77.